Hello my lovelies and welcome to another pick a card reading. My name is Vanna from Visionary Vanna and welcome. Thank you for clicking on this video. So this reading here is, as you see from the title, about the last person your future spouse was in a relationship with before they met you. The type of person, the last person that they dated in the past. And this is, I'm gonna say this right now, this is a general reading, okay? So take how it resonates. I haven't seen any of the cards, so this is gonna be, we're gonna be uncoding this as it goes. This was actually a request from a while back from Anita Knight. Thank you for the request, and here's the video. I do want to say, you know, obviously there's been a lot going on in the world, and I've been wanting to do this reading for a long time, but I don't know what energies I'm going to tap into. I'm not sure what's going to happen. I don't know if there's going to be bad people that come through. I don't know. So I had to make sure I was in a positive place, and for the first time in a long time, I'm in a much better place than I've been the past couple of days. You know, obviously with the whole Black Lives Matter movement going on, and then the global pandemic on top of it, there's just been a lot that's going on in our world, a whole lot. So there's a lot of energies, a lot of people are feeling a lot of things, not to mention, you know, Mercury's in Cancer, so all emotion. And you know, it's okay now. I'm feeling a lot better, and you know, I've been able to put myself out there and help in the way that I know to. You know, I've been posting a lot on my Instagram. That's something I've never done before, but I post a lot on my Instagram story, on my tarot Instagram at Visionary Vanna, and on my main Instagram, vanna.ashley. I post a lot more about the movement on my main, but I've been posting a little bit on both, and I post still daily energies and daily tarot readings on my tarot Instagram, so please check the description box down below if that interests you. If you want a personal reading, a free personal reading, that is down below as well. You just DM me. I have, I think, 7 or 6 slots left open that I'm doing for free, and then I will start charging after that. So get you a reading. I love doing them, and they're very in-depth readings. I don't know if you saw my intro from another one, but they're like 30 minutes, and I really go in depth. I really like to provide for you guys. With everything that's going on, I just want to say, please use this time to really connect to your soul tribe, aka, you know, the higher selves of the people that you're supposed to, that are guiding with you, and your spirit guides. You know, last night, I guess this morning technically, but it was like 12 a.m. and I was getting ready to get in the shower, and something told me to grab my guitar, and I don't ever play my guitar past like 10 at night because I don't like to disrupt people, but something told me to grab it. I also haven't played my guitar in a minute, but something told me to grab it, and I started playing it, and I wrote an entire song about the Black Lives Matter movement. And you know, I was like, I don't know why this is happening. I feel like this is my spirit guides, you know, they're talking to me, my ancestor guides, they're coming through me. And I got in the shower, and when I came out, I have a necklace that has a dog tag on it, and I've been using that as a pendulum. And you know, I only allow for the Holy Spirit and the higher spirits to place themselves and place their energies within that necklace. And I blessed it, and I make sure everything's okay, and I asked them, you know, to show me yes and show me no. And I asked my spirit guides, you know, were my ancestor guides with me guiding this song, and it swung yes. And I was like, you know, when that happened, I started crying. I started crying because I just felt the energy, and I felt so grateful to be able to have them with me to get my emotions out and their emotions out as well. And I asked them, you know, is this my way of helping to the movement? Should I, you know, tweak this song and then post it? Is this my way of helping? And it swung yes again. And it was very emotional for me. It was very emotional, and I felt very blessed to have got to embody that and deal with that. And my pawpaw, he passed away, you know, last year, and it was really hard for me. A lot was going on, and I didn't get to spend a lot of time with him. And you know, all my readings, there's been a lot of readings that I've watched that I've been talking about, you know, I have a grandparent spirit guide that's with me, and for some reason I kept doubting it. Even though one reading pointed everything to him, I just kept doubting it. And something told me to ask, you know, to ask the pendulum, you know, yes or no, is he one of my spirit guides? And it swung hard as a yes. And it was just a lot of clarity for me, and it made me cry. And you know, all my readings have been talking about throughout June, readings that I've watched from other people throughout June, there's going to be a lot of things unlocking for me, and the main thing is me connecting with my spirituality and connecting with my soul tribe. And you know, that moment last night that I experienced, I feel like I'm gonna cry again. It definitely shows me that and opened up to that. And I think that's why I'm in such good spirits today, because I know I have such amazing, you know, spirit guides with me and helping me and guiding me through all of this and leading me to where it is that I'm supposed to be. So please, if you feel called to, connect to your spirit guides, connect to them, you know, through meditation, and just try to connect to them. Even if you cannot actively feel their energies, or meditating isn't the right way to you, just take a moment and pray and ask for their guidance and ask for them to stay with you and be with you, because I promise you, I promise you, I promise you, they are going to pull out, they are going to show up, and they are going to protect the hell out of you because they love you. Never doubt, okay? That's something that I am learning, that I'm still learning, and I'm probably going to be learning for a hot minute, to never doubt, but I'm definitely opening up to it, and I think you guys should too. So, with all that being said, I'm done talking. I hope that this reading resonates with you, and yeah, let's get into picking your cards. I don't know if I mentioned this, but you will be picking by image today. I think I said it, but I'm still gonna add it in here again. You'll be picking by image today, so let's get to it. Here are the different piles and images you'll be choosing from. We have pile number 1 with this red jasper crystal, Anna, grandmother of Jesus, seeding the light, laying foundations, divine plan. Pile 2, take a break, a life's work, not a season, get off the treadmill. That's the tiger's eye. And then pile 3, unbound, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives, with the green adventuring. Pause the video, close your eyes, take a deep breath, and I will see you at your pile. Hello, my lovely pile number 1s. If you chose this red jasper and this Anna, grandmother of Jesus card, this is your reading. So we're gonna have to be adjusting the light a lot tonight, is what he's telling me with all of this. We're gonna make this work. Okay, if that is what you chose, this is your pile. This is all about the last person your future spouse was in a relationship before they meet you, or before they met you. So as always, if this resonates, you know, feel free to give me a like, comment down below, and subscribe. It really helps the channel, and let me know if you have any suggestions or anything that you want done. I love doing readings. I don't know if you guys listened to my intro, but just in case you haven't, check the description box down below if you want a personal reading. I'm still doing free ones. I think it's like 7 or 6 that I'm having for free, so go check that out. Let's get into this. So what I have here, I have two separate different things that I'm going to be answering. So basically the personality of the person they were with, and kind of the reason why they broke up, or how they might have broken up. Almost kind of a little bit of a, like, the dynamic of their relationship type of deal. So I'm not really sure. I'm just kind of winging this, and we're gonna see the messages that come out. So let me actually, so based on what I have, right, we have this red jasper. This red jasper talks about, it's a protection crystal, and it talks about, you know, I always get strength with it, and for some reason, like, tapping into like a personal power, like a personal I don't know, like a sturdiness and strength, and tapping into a personal power. And what's interesting to me is the card that came out with it, this Anna, grandmother of Jesus, okay, seeding the light, laying foundations, and divine plan. I feel like, first of all, she's like such a goddess. Anyway, I feel like it's a very sturdy energy as well. So like this relationship that they last relationship that they were in, it talks a little bit of, you know, it was almost setting them up to meet you, maybe. That's the message that came through. It's a divine plan. So they were supposed to be with this person, I think, to learn a lesson and build up their strength and lay down the foundation, seed their energy, you know, start that energy so that that can come into conclusion with you. So let's go ahead and see. We have the tarot cards here first. This is the personality of your person's last relationship. So we have the Four of Pentacles in the reverse, the Eight of Wands in the reverse, Eight of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups in the reverse, and Strength. Okay, and then let's flip your oracle cards over. Belong to your own dream in the reverse, create your own life. I wonder what will happen next, ready to adventure, precipice of change, and pause before action in the reverse. Okay, interesting. We have the energy work in the reverse, alone time in the reverse. The number 2 is popping out a whole lot. Connect with your womb. We have purpose and release, jaguar. Purpose is shark. Okay, let's see what's going on here. The personality of the last relationship partner. Just getting into the tarot cards alone, okay, the first card we have is the Four of Pentacles in the reverse. Let me see if I can. We have the Four of Pentacles in the reverse. So this tells me that this person, one personality trait of your person's last relationship. Sorry, I switched my angle, as you can see, so hopefully it's easier to grab these cards. Okay, so it's talking about the Four of Pentacles in the reverse. So this card being in the reverse, I don't know if you guys can see that, it actually makes me think of like a lack of being stingy, because the Four of Pentacles, he can kind of be a little bit greedy, like holding on to energies, not wanting to give out. So I don't feel like the last person your future spouse was in a relationship with, there we go, I don't think they were a very greedy person. I'm actually not getting that energy at all. I kind of sense that they were a little bit needy. They were slow moving, okay. How to fix it again, because I have to charge my phone, so you keep getting closer and closer. This is going to be a very personal reading. I hope you're prepared. Anyway, so yeah, like I said, I think I'm getting a sense of a bit needy. They're a very slow moving person, okay. They have the Eight of Wands in the reverse after this. This card is talking about not hastiness. Yeah, this person isn't very hasty. I feel like this person has a very feminine energy. So the type of person, the person that the person that your future spouse was last in a relationship in, this particular person I feel is a very feminine energy, okay? So whether they were a male or female, they identified as anything else, this person is a very feminine energy. Very emotional, very intuitive. They're not a stingy person. They give a lot. The Eight of Pentacles in the reverse, or in the upright. Yeah, the Eight of Pentacles in the upright. They're a very hard-working person. And yeah, look, after this we have the Ace of Cups. Okay, so that's going back into talking about how I said I felt like this person was very emotional. I feel like they had a lot of ideas, but it was almost like hard for them to give them in a very balanced and understanding way. They're a very hardworking person, though. Very, they weren't stingy with their finances. They weren't hasty either. They were very slow moving. They were very strong too, okay? The last card that is here is the Strength. Very strong. Again, I'm sensing a very feminine energy, so it does not matter what they identify as in regards to their sexuality, but to their very feminine energy, very loving energy, just slow moving, you know, very compassionate person that your future spouse was last in a relationship with. I think they held on to a lot because of how emotional they were. I think they held on to a lot. That the Cancer came into mind. They might be a water sign, or Cancer specifically. They could also be a Leo. Is sticking out to me, but they had a lot of things that they needed to release. Okay, this Jaguar here release. I think they held on to a lot, and the connection with your person, with your future spouse, I think they almost, there's actually kind of a sense, oh, okay, that's coming into mind. They may be very clingy. They may be a very clingy type of person. Like, they didn't really want to let your future spouse go. They don't want to let people go that's like in their life. They just hold on to everyone that comes into their life. There's a lot of things, negative baggage that they needed to release, but they didn't want to. They held on to it. Purpose, they were trying to find their purpose in life, I think, through this connection. Oh, this is not working. They were trying to find their purpose in life, but it was almost, I feel like, I don't know, I feel like they were searching for it with your future spouse, and it made the connection almost not positive. They knew they had a purpose in the world, but they weren't really sure of how to do it. So you have belonged to your own dream, create your own life. They weren't, this person, okay, that your future spouse was in last, they weren't, they didn't know how to take control of their own life. They were a very hardworking, very emotional person, and they were strong, but they kind of clung. They were very clingy. They cling to absolutely everything that comes to them. And this, like, dream your own reality, or what the heck am I, belong to your own dream in the reverse, you know. They were clinging on to that dream of the future with your future spouse, and this is all I need. I don't need anything else. This is what I want. They weren't taking hold of their own life and into their own hands. They were kind of, okay, this person may have been a pushover. You know, they just kind of gave a lot. I wonder what will happen next. They weren't, also, this person didn't really seek adventure. Precipice of change, pause before action, and this is all in the reverse. I don't feel like they took control of their own life. I don't think they really saw action. I wonder what will happen next. This person wasn't in their thoughts a lot because they just let other people control their life. They let other people control their life. They let other people, you know, define where it was that they were going and what it is that they were doing. They didn't put much thought into anything that they were doing because they just let people almost walk all over them in a way. Very pushover energy. But this person was very loving, and I think that's why they did that. I think this person has a very open heart. And another reason, connect with the womb. This is why I was also getting feminine energy. You know, they were very in tune, even if they weren't a female, okay? They were just very in tune to the feminine side, to their emotions and their intuition and their inner being. They're just very emotional person. Energy work in the reverse. They weren't very balanced. Again, that's why I also kind of got that pushover energy. They weren't very balanced, and they just let people do whatever it was that they want because they did everything based on their emotions. They didn't like to be alone either. I think they were constantly around your future spouse. Again, that clingy energy that was coming through. They didn't like alone time. They didn't like to be alone. It was bothersome to them. Yeah, so that is what I'm getting for the personality. I'm going to move these cards, and we're going to kind of see the reason why this connection ends a little bit. Okay, let's lay these cards out and see kind of the reason why this connection broke up, why they had to break up. Okay, we have the Five of Pentacles, the Empress in the reverse, the Two of Wands in the reverse, the Magician, and the Queen of Cups. Okay, Oracle cards, we have Love Yourself First in the reverse. I'll put this over here. We have Power, the Deer. We have Dried Flower Fairy, Sweet Memories in the reverse. Autumn is my last chance, please don't lose hope. And then Understanding in the reverse. Yeah, I feel like this connection ended immediately off the gate because the last person that your future spouse was in a relationship with was just too clingy. They were too clingy, they were too dependent, and your future spouse got tired of that. Okay, we have the Five of Pentacles in the upright. The Five of Pentacles can talk about, you know, feeling left out in the cold, okay, needing someone, needing help and not knowing where to ask for help. You know, feeling like nobody's there for you. And I feel like with that card again, why am I saying she? The feminine energy, I genuinely feel like this person was a feminine energy. But anyway, the person that your future spouse was in a connection with last, they felt left out in the cold. They felt like they weren't getting the attention that they deserved, the attention that they needed. So that's kind of why I think they might have had a big blowout and why this connection ended. The Empress in the reverse, they weren't feeling a lot of love. They weren't feeling like the connection was grounded, like it was sturdy, like something good was going to come out of it. Oh, that's a little bit sad. Yeah, like I said, I think they were very dependent on your future spouse, and you know, they felt left out in the cold. They felt hurt. Like there wasn't a lot of love still in the connection. The Two of Wands in the reverse. Maybe your future spouse, you know, is trying to make a decision and they couldn't figure out the decision to make, and so they just decided to walk away. The person that your future spouse was with in the past, I think, like I said, because they didn't make a lot of decisions for themselves and they were kind of a pushover, your future spouse just kind of, yeah, they did whatever it was that they wanted. It was a power dynamic. Look, power. Your future spouse 1002% had the power in the relationship, and I feel like your future spouse was the one who just kind of walked away from it. They made the decision to walk away. What's next is the Magician, okay? And I think this was something that was manifested, like you were manifesting your future spouse and your future spouse was manifesting you. They wanted to be out of this connection because it just was not an equal partnership. I think your person wants an equal partnership. Okay, we have this Understanding card here in the reverse. Okay, so this relationship, there was not a lot of understanding, okay, because of the pushoverness, because of the lack of speaking up for themselves. The last person that your future spouse was in a connection with, there just wasn't a lot of understanding in the relationship, and your future spouse was tired of it. They want an equal connection, you know, and you were manifesting this. So you were part, this is you, this Magician is you. You were part of the reason why they disconnected, but it was okay. Like I said, I think this connection, okay, brought them together because they both needed to learn lessons from each other. Like I was saying earlier on, it was a divine plan. They need to learn lessons from each other. And this red jasper crystal that's here, excuse me, this red jasper crystal that's here, I'm sorry, the lighting is crazy today, but it's here because it was trying to provide protection and strength to the person that your future spouse was last in a connection with, because they didn't have it. They didn't know how to gain it. They didn't know how to get it, how to get strength. My apologies, I'm doing my best here with this lighting. Anyway, the last card is the Queen of Cups. She's all about intuition, okay, about trusting and more love and more, you know, emotion. So there's just a lot of emotion in this connection. A lot of emotion on her end, or excuse me, on the relationship partner's end, and you know, you're manifesting this person and your future spouse, like I said, just got tired of it. Love yourself first in the reverse. The last person that they were in a connection with did not love themselves first. They let everything kind of happen, and that put a damper in the relationship, that put a strain in the relationship. Your future spouse was just over it. You know, we have dried flower fairy, sweet memories in the reverse. There weren't sweet memories in this relationship because it was one person had more power than the other. It was not balanced. And you should never have a relationship that's unbalanced. It's just unhealthy. And so they were supposed to meet each other, and I think it kind of helped a little bit to be able to learn, but I don't know, I just don't think things really were right. And you know, please don't lose hope. Autumn is my last chance. Please don't lose hope. Okay, so I don't know why. Okay, one of your guys' names may be Autumn. Someone's name may be Autumn. I don't know. That stuck out to me, and so I said it. But please don't lose hope. You know, I think the person in the past, the previous connection, was just holding on to your future spouse so deeply because they felt like they didn't have anyone else. They felt like they, you know, things weren't gonna happen. This could be, though, I don't know why, but this could be, if this energy may be you, potentially, okay? For some of you, it may be you. This message is coming through someone. This may be you. This energy of, you know, in the past you were very unloving to yourself first, so you guys were brought together and separated, and you guys may be in separation right now. And if that's the case, when you guys get back together, it's probably going to be a more balanced relationship. This is your future spouse. I don't know why that's coming through. Some of you guys may be in this connection, or may have been in this connection, and in the past you were that energy, or your other person was that energy, you know, however it resonates, if it resonates. It's a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest. But yeah, please don't lose hope. Someone was clinging on really tightly and didn't want to lose hope. But all in all, okay, the person that your future spouse was with last, they were a very sweet and loving person. And I think they just needed to learn from this connection how to love themselves first. You know, how the heck can they love themselves first? How are they able to do that? How is that gonna work out for them? Because I don't think they did. They're, you know, they separated. This partnership separated because it was not balanced. It was unbalanced. It was unequal. And this Magician card, someone could have been, again, that power energy. So your future spouse may have been abusing their power and abusing their role in the relationship, really taking advantage just because they could. And then after a while they got bored, and so they left. But yeah, the memories of it just kind of fell out. There weren't a lot of sweet memories. Look, 2 is sticking out again. There's a lot of 2, but a lot of the 2 that it's like they're in the reverse. Okay, the numbers 2 are in the reverse. So look, unbalanced. Okay, the 2 different parts are unbalanced. It's not equal. But yeah, that is your reading. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please let me know. And I will see you guys later, my pile number 1s. Bye, lovelies. We are dealing with some interesting angles today, folks, so bear with me. But hello, my pile 2s. If you chose this, take a break card and Tiger's Eye crystal. This is your reading. So basically, as always, what is going on? If this resonates, please feel free to comment down below to let me know if you have any suggestions. Like this video and subscribe. It helps the channel, and I like to provide content for it. Okay. So basically what we're doing is we're trying to figure out about the last person your future spouse is with before they get with you. What's going on, you know. We have 2 different separate piles. We have one for personality, so the personality of your person, and then one for kind of how and why they ended, and a little bit getting into like the dynamic of the relationship by figuring out how they ended. So based on the cards, before I flip anything over, we have take a break, a life's work, not a season, get off the freaking treadmill, and then yellow adventure, excuse me, Tiger's Eye. So with this take a break card, the dynamic of their relationship, your future spouse and their last person, I feel like it was kind of very chaotic, almost very rushed. I'm getting a rushed energy and not very balanced. You know, you got the Tiger's Eye crystal, so I feel like this is trying to send balancing energy to them, bringing stealth and, you know, personal vitality, you know, trying to lift up their energies and give them the strength, because I don't think they had strength. I think it was a very chaotic, and I don't know, I'm feeling like this connection is very chaotic and a lot, and they need to take a break. Okay, so let's get into this. Let's get into the personality first of your future spouse's last person. So we're gonna just flip all these cards over and see what we got going on. Okay, we have the Six of Wands in the reverse, the Page of Swords, the High Priestess, the World, the Five of Wands in the reverse. Okay, we have use your time well, make every moment count in the reverse. Falling, the unknown, descent, momentum, and change. Sweet treat in the reverse. Yeah, here's my in the intro. I said I kind of held off on doing this because I felt like I just felt it. I knew there was going to be one person who was not going to be the best, and I think it's this one. Use your hands in the reverse. Okay, we have soak in a bath in the reverse, and something's telling me that needs to be in the upright. So soak in a bath and authenticity, wolf. I'm flipping this authenticity, the wolf card, in the reverse because I just feel drawn to do that. So let's get into this, yeah? The first card that came out, the Six of Wands, okay. This is talking about the personality of the person your future spouse was with before they got into contact with you. So the Six of Wands in the reverse, this is talking about not getting recognized for something, not being in the public eye. Sometimes it talks about getting an achievement and, you know, keeping it to yourself. I feel like it's kind of along lines with that. I'm feeling like this person is kind of very high maintenance is what I'm getting. So with this Six of Wands in the reverse, I feel like it's that second energy where I don't know if you guys can see that. It's fine. I felt like they were very, they felt like they should have been in the public eye, like everyone should be giving them attention because they are the best and the world should be looking at them. And I felt like this person hid a lot from your future spouse. If they did get some sort of personal achievement, they kept it to themselves. They didn't, sorry, I'm not sure really where I was at. But, yeah, I felt like this person was very high maintenance, and they felt like if they did achieve something or receive something from someone, they kept it to themselves. They didn't tell your future spouse about it. This Page of Swords, this person was very direct, impulsively direct, okay? They had a lot of ideas, they had a lot of thoughts, and they just said what was ever on their mind because they could. I'm getting very like princess type of vibe. Like they feel like they are number one, they are the world. And look, we got the World card, okay? The High Priestess is here. This person probably, they may have liked to learn. May have been someone who likes to read a lot potentially, but I think it's a very superficial thing. What's standing out to me is just like the way that she looks. I don't know, she's very pretty to me. Let me see if I can, very, very beautiful woman. And the High Priestess is talking about getting alignment with your higher self, but what's sticking out to me is just the imagery of this card. The light is shining down on her. Again, I'm feeling like this is just the type of person who thinks they are number one, who thinks they are this High Priestess energy, thinks they know everything, thinks that, everyone should be listening to them because they know it all. They don't really need to take the energy to listen to other people. They think they're the world, and they're super smart. The owls in this card, they think that they're super smart and they're the world and everyone should be giving them absolutely everything. Very sharp with their words, and I don't know, just ugly energy, very ugly and selfish energy. The Five of Wands in the reverse, they did not deal with conflict, I feel like, because they just felt like they were above it. So if anything was wrong, they would walk away from it. They'd just be like, no, like, I'm not going to deal with that this is beneath me. I don't know, I'm just feeling like a very like posh, better than everyone type of vibe. Okay, use your time well. make every moment count. This person did not cherish the little things. They didn't cherish anything. They didn't cherish the little moments. They didn't cherish the little moments at all. This person just kind of went for it. And I feel like this is a type of person, this would be the type of person, the person your future spouse was with in the past, who would, I feel like they're just very superficial. They were probably on their phone all the time, you know, the type of person who takes Instagram pictures and is worried about the most likes, which there's nothing wrong with that. But if that's your only persona, then there is a problem with that. If you're, you know, you don't know how to be in the moment, how to be authentic with someone, then there's a problem. You know, the falling. It says unknown descent, momentum, and change, but I'm getting the momentum thing. This relationship was just so quick, you know. This person was so much to deal with that your person felt like they were constantly falling. Like they couldn't do anything right without upsetting their past relationship. Very just, look, the sweet treat is in the reverse. Every time I get this card, I think about being sweet to yourself, being sweet to others. This person was not sweet to others. They thought they were above everything. They used your hands in the reverse. They probably didn't do a lot. They didn't do a lot of manual work. They felt like other people needed to take care of it because that was their job, and it was just their job to look pretty and or handsome, you know, either way, just to look nice and to very delicate, like, type of energy, like, you know, I don't need to take care of that, somebody else can do it. Oh, snobby energy. The Soka Bath, both the authentic with the wolf and the Soka Bath, I ended up flipping their directions because this was in the reverse, but I feel like it needed to be in the upright because I feel like this person pampered themselves a whole lot. They just felt like, you know, they were the, you know, if this was a female or someone who enjoyed getting their nails and stuff done, they always got pedicures and stuff, but I feel like they expected your person to pay for it. And soaking a bath, you know, they were just always relaxing and always life, like almost like life was supposed to be handed to them. The authenticity with the wolf in the reverse, you know, they weren't very authentic. They didn't have anything other than their looks. Very superficial person, and I don't know, just I don't like them. They may have been a very genuine and a very good or not genuine person, but they may have a very nice person, or at least put on that front. But I don't like this energy. I don't like people who think they're entitled, and that is what I think this person was. I think they were very entitled and superficial, and they just focused on looks, and they focused on beauty, and they just focused on, they just thought they were, you know, it's funny. Okay, the song that's playing in the background, that is hilarious. It's called King by Stefan Jerzak. But anyway, one of the lines in the song is, I'm the king of the world and you're the queen of the brainless. And then it's the line that, you know, I can find a million yous, but you can't find another me. And that's so funny that that played. And as I was saying this, because literally I'm telling you, I think this person is entitled. They feel like they are queen or king or prince or princess, like they are just everything. They are the world. People need to bow down to them and kiss their feet, and they need to be taken care of because the world will not thrive without them. That is the type of energy that I'm getting from this person. Very yucky. So with that being said, I'm going to pause this and get out your cards for the reason why the connection ended. Okay, let's get these flipped out. We have, oh, that's the wrong way, excuse me. We have the Five of Swords in the reverse, the Nine of Swords, Three of Cups in the reverse, Ace of Pentacles in the reverse, and Page of Wands in the reverse for your tarot cards. We have Pink Lotus Fairy, A Time for Spirit. We have Honesty. We have Success in the reverse, Vision, Red Crowned Crane, Loyalty. We have Cycles, Observation, the Peregrine Falcon, and then Getting to Know Each Other in the reverse. Oh, excuse me. Okay, what is going on? Why did this connection end? Potential answers of how. Okay, so the first card we have is the Five of Swords in the reverse. Five of Swords in the reverse. I think honestly they just got tired of conflict. Your person, your future spouse, got tired of dealing with this. I don't know why this came to mind, but run away. That just came into mind. That has nothing to do with this card, and the Seven of Swords is not here because that's usually what I, associate with the runaway. But for some reason, runaway came into mind. So someone may have just ran away from this connection. The Five of Swords in the reverse. Okay, pulling away from deception, not wanting to deal with deception anymore. The Nine of Swords is here after that, right? So someone was very stressed out, very in their thoughts. I feel like this was your future spouse. They were very worried all the time, constantly in their head, constantly in their thoughts, and they were tired of being in this energy. The Three of Cups in the reverse is in the middle of your reading. There was no celebrations, there was no fun in this connection. And they got tired of that. The Ace of Pentacles is also in the reverse. There was nothing, they weren't seeing anything coming out of this connection. No finances that were coming through. They were getting stunted, maybe breaking the pockets. Okay, how I said I felt like this person was high maintenance. Your person, your future spouse, felt like their pockets were being broken. They couldn't have any ideas that were creative and gonna help them financially because they were constantly losing money by dealing with their past connection. The last card is the Page of Wands in the reverse. There was just at this point, by the end of the relationship, there was just no more excitement. There was no more excitement. There was no more, the beauty wasn't worth it anymore. Someone who was super pretty, super beautiful, wasn't worth it anymore. There was no newness. They couldn't express themselves in the way they wanted to. They couldn't creatively, get their ideas out. What's sticking out to me about this Ace of Pentacles is the blood that's coming from her mouth. It was almost like they were constantly, what that makes me think of? It's kind of morbid, but like, when something happens and they're choking and blood's falling out, almost like they were dying in this connection. That was an interesting message. But yeah, like, I felt like your person just felt like nothing was coming out of it for them. By the end of the connection, they just had to let it go. Why did they break up? Because they were tired of feeling so in their thoughts. They were tired of feeling so in their head. They were tired of being so overwhelmed, of dealing with the conflict of this person, of, not being able to express themselves, of not having any fun. They weren't getting to know each other, okay? This could have been a very, like, sexual type of relationship, potentially, that came out of random, but getting to know each other is in the reverse. They weren't getting to know each other. Nothing good was coming out of this. Your person, okay, this is the energy of your person, a time for spirit. They just pulled away and they started to meditate and they started to connect to the higher, become spiritual, and it made them realize that they don't need this relationship anymore. Take a break. They had to pull away from this connection. The card that you guys chose, they had to pull away from this connection because they weren't getting anything out of it. They took that break with this pink lotus flower, okay? They were meditating, taking that break. This loyalty, they wanted loyalty. They want someone who's loyal. And I don't think they were feeling that within the connection. This connection was stunting their success, was stunting their ability to gain things, and they started to know that. With this observation, they started to notice that they were just being limited in this connection. They were being, what is the word I'm looking for? I don't know. They couldn't be themselves. They couldn't express themselves. I can't think of that word. Look, the Cycles card is here. I felt like this connection was constantly going in circles. They just felt like they were constantly going in circles with this connection. They weren't getting anything out of it. Maybe this is the type of person they went after for a lot, right? What's sticking out to me is, for some reason, just the beauty of the women that have been shown. There's a lot of intensity with the eyeballs. A lot of them are looking into, looking into the screen. Just a lot of intensity with the eyeballs. And I feel like the people that the past excuse me, the past relationship partner that your future spouse was with, again, I think they're very good looking, they're very attractive to look at, but I don't think they had a lot of depth to them. You know, and I think that was a habit that they got into. They just got into a habit of being with pretty people, a habit of being with trophy wives, trophy husbands, just trophy partners. And it was just stunting their success. They weren't getting anything out of it. They got tired of that shit, you know? Vision. They had visions of wanting to be with someone better, be with you, aka be with someone who was loyal, who was honest, who, you know, honesty is here, but I don't feel like there was a lot of honesty. There was just a lot of like not good that was coming from this connection. And I think this visions card that's here, they have visions of something better. They had visions of their angel in white, okay? Their you know, person who was going to come save them from this connection. Not even necessarily save them, but something that was just going to, someone who was honest, someone who was loyal, and someone who was going to help bring them success. This connection just wasn't it for them. Maybe, okay, this is a random message, but you know how I said that they were getting spiritual, okay? Maybe someone had a vision. One of your future spouses had a vision and was telling them to take a break. It was telling them to pull the fuck away from this and to let go, because something new was going to come out of this. That's interesting that that message came through. You know, it could have came to them in a dream, or they just had a vision that their guide sent to them and was like, listen to this. Look at this vision. Your future spouse is waiting for you. You got to get out of this connection first, though, because this person isn't it. Yeah. Okay, that is what I have for you guys, my pile twos. I hope this resonated. I hope it was interesting. It was interesting to me. Very interesting, especially because I didn't look at any of the cards. I just kind of shuffled them. And I had this weird random urge to just shuffle everything in the reverse. I've never done that. I usually keep all of my oracle cards except for my Alice in Wonderland cards in their upright, but no, I just shuffled it all in the reverse. I was like, I'm gonna take it however it comes out. So I hope this resonated. If it does, let me know. Let me know if you're already in this connection with this person, like with your future spouse, and if the person from their past sounded like that. But yes, I will see you guys next time. Bye. Hello, my pile threes, and welcome to your reading. If you chose this Unbound card or this Green Adventuring Crystal, this is your reading. So this is all about your future spouse's last relationship before they meet you. As always, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. If you want a personal reading, I don't think I said this in group 2, but it's okay. If you want a personal reading, check the description box down below. That is where you can find my information for that. And yeah, let's just go ahead and get into this. So basically what I did is I split it up into 2 different things. So we have tarot cards and oracle cards about the personality of the last partner your future spouse is in, and then we have kind of a breakup section. So why did they break up? Why did the connection end? How potentially just any messages that come through. And yeah, let's get into this. So immediately starting with the crystal that you guys chose. This Green Adventuring Crystal, okay, this is the Heart Healer Crystal, okay, it's green, it's Heart Comforter, it's for the heart chakra. I feel like this is sending a message to your future spouse that they needed to comfort their heart because they had unbound, okay? Releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. So this person, I feel like, was a soul contract that they probably held on to for a long time. I don't think this was necessarily a great connection, and it affected their heart a lot. It hurt them a lot. Unbound. They needed to release this. They needed to let go of this. This might have been one of those connections that constantly happened over and over again. So this might have been a person, their past relationship might have been like a reoccurring partner. Like they were on and off, on and off, on and off. It was never a solid, and it was until they met you, it was just almost like they kept being in this cycle with this person. They kept being in the cycle with this person. Almost like they had a lesson that they needed to learn from them, but they didn't learn. So let's see. Let's try to get these cards put out and see the personality traits. Okay, we have Queen of Swords, Angel de la Nuit in the reverse, Five of Cups reverse, the Seven of Wands, and King of Cups. Okay, and then we have a moment's regret, nostalgia, idolizing the past, fearing you've made a mistake. We have mortality in the reverse, life is brief, bright, beautiful, and yours to live. Such a curious dream, grounding, returning to reality, coming home. Beauty ritual, and groundedness. Okay, this is about the personality of the person that your future spouse was with the last time they were in a relationship. So let's see what's going on here, Spirit. Okay, so we have the Queen of Swords. So this person, female or male, doesn't really matter. They're very direct with their communication. They communicated clearly. Communicated very clearly, and they were smart, sharp-minded. They had a lot of ideas. Yeah. This Angel de la Nuit in the reverse, this card talks about getting, I don't know, my lighting's been weird. It's always weird. I say this every episode. This is not new. Anyway, the Angel de la Nuit in the reverse, okay? I feel like this card is here because she talks about, you know, being protected. I think the person that they were with in the past, they may not be very spiritual people. Okay, that came to mind. They may not be very spiritual people. They may be actually very analytical people. They go based on logic. Yeah, that just came to mind. So they may be very logical people, and they don't really believe in spirit or believe in religion or any of that. I think they're very logical people. The Five of Cups in the reverse, I don't think they went a lot based on their emotions. They're very grounded in themselves. We have a lot of cards here that are suggesting that as is. But the Five of Cups in the reverse, they focus on the positive of life. They didn't focus on the negative. They always try to look forward to a more positive thing. This person doesn't seem like a bad person at all, actually. They have the Seven of Wands, so they were constantly fighting. They might be, that just came to mind, they might be the type of person that fights for some sort of social justice, or just very, very sure of themselves. Very, very sure of themselves. Can you see that? I don't know. Very sure of themselves type of people. You know, they have the King of Cups last. This is why I'm thinking this person was very grounded in their energy. You know, grounded in their emotions. They were secure in their emotions. They weren't a very emotional person. They're very analytical. They're very smart. They know how to communicate clearly. They feel sure in themselves. But I don't think these are spiritual people. At least for some of them. Groundedness, okay? They are very grounded. Like I said, they're very grounded. This came out, where else? There's another place, wasn't it? Oh no, I made that up. Oh yeah, right here. Such a curious dream. It talks about grounding, reality, coming home. They're very grounded people. They're sure of themselves. They're very... Yeah, like I said, I feel like these are very logical people. And they don't worry about a lot. They don't have a lot that they feel like they need to worry about. They take care of themselves. I don't know. I feel like they smell nice for some reason. Don't know why that's coming to mind, but they probably had a nice smell. Beauty ritual, okay. They like to take care of themselves. They take pride in their appearance. They take pride in how they look. Yeah, I don't know. Smells is coming from this card. I feel like they smell nice. For some of them, they smell really nice. They don't have a specific smell, but it's just a nice smell. A moment's regret, nostalgia, idolizing in the past, fearing you've made a mistake. This is just making me think of kind of what I mentioned with the soul, the first card, a moment's regret, just so much that they lived in the past a lot, and that's why this connection with your future spouse, they constantly kept coming back. They kept coming back. Yeah, I feel like this was an on and off relationship. They needed to learn a lesson from each other, but I don't think it was learned very quickly. I think they had to continue to be with each other multiple times for it to be learned. That's why this idolizing the past, this living in the past kept coming through. We have mortality in the reverse. This is literally talking about how life is yours to live, and it's an amazing thing. I think this person, they're very grounded for themselves. You know, they probably, okay, some of them just, I said that they might fight for like social justice type of things. They might just be the type of person who argues a lot, who fights a lot. They're very grounded. I don't think their emotions are all over the place, but maybe they just like to hear the sound of their own voice. Debate. They could do some sort of debate. But life is brief, bright, beautiful, and yours to live. This being in the reverse is curious to me. I feel like they just kind of, I don't know, they lived, oh, okay, that's a message. Some of them, they might have just lived their lives for other people. That I think this person may have been focused on other people, and so they lived their lives for other people. That's maybe why that moment's regret is in the past, the nostalgia is in the past, because they've always lived in the past. They kind of, some of them may overthink a lot. They're very grounded and secure in themselves, but they may overthink about how they deal with other people, how other people may feel about them, just in regards to like something that they may do. This person may have some anxieties, and so they're constantly trying to ground themselves, and that might be why they sought comfort in your future spouse. That might be why they continuously kept getting back together. I really feel that energy, like they kept for some reason coming back to each other over and over and over again. The number 7 is very prominent here. It's come out a lot. Yeah, I feel like, okay, so the personality, some personality traits about your future spouse's last relationship before you guys got together. A very grounded person, okay? They're very grounded, and they're smart, very, very smart, very analytical people. They're in their thoughts a lot more than they are anywhere else. They're always, they think of things logically. That's what it is. They think of things logically. They don't daydream. And they don't, again, I say they're not spiritual people. There we go, that mortality. Okay, I don't feel like, because they're not spiritual people, they don't feel like they can change their life. So life, I feel like these are the type of people who they're like, life is what it is. You get what you get. You don't get to pick. You don't get to choose. They take pride in their appearance and how they see, because I feel like their appearance, they feel like what you look like outwardly is, people are going to be judging you for that. They're constantly living in the past. They're constantly living in past moments, thinking about past moments of their lives, things that they've done in their past. This person's in their thoughts a lot, so some of them may have anxieties. They may think a lot and be like, okay, did I do that right? Should I have done this in a different way? Because they're constantly up here. They're constantly in their head. They're grounded and secure in themselves. That's so crazy. It's like very contradicting. But they're not, they don't daydream. They don't daydream. They're in their head because they're constantly thinking about the next thing, the next logical thing to do. They don't do anything based on emotion. Which is weird that this King of Cups is here, but for some reason I'm actually getting with this King of Cups being here as more so like they know how to mask their emotions. They know how to handle them by not dealing with them. That is the message I got from that. Okay, I'm gonna pause this and we're gonna take a look at kind of like the type of reason that the connection ended. Why did the connection end? Let's pull these cards out for you. Okay, what do we got? Justice, 3 of Pentacles reversed, 10 of Swords in the middle, King of Wands reversed, and the Chariot reversed. We have Strange Valentine, Love is Strange, Violet Duchess, Stifled, Bored, and Stuck, Meditation, Strategy, Fear, the Hyena in the reverse, and then we have Past Life Relationship in the reverse, New love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. Okay. Why did this connection end? Potentially how? What's coming through? So with this Justice card, I feel like the connection ended because they finally learned the lesson that they needed to learn from each other. The reason why they broke up, it's weird. I don't think they ended on bad terms. They just kind of got bored with each other. Three of Pentacles in the reverse, they weren't working together anymore. They didn't need to. They didn't need to come back to each other. They learned the lesson. Like I said, I think they just kind of learned the lesson and they got bored. Look, the Ten of Swords is in the middle of your reading. The pain that they were feeling when they kept having to come back to each other over and over again, with that unbound, with that being connected to each other, the soul ties that they had. They may have had a lot of arguments in the past. I don't know. You know, we have this strange Valentine, love is strange. So I think they were two different people. And so they needed to continue to be around each other. They needed to continue to go through these cycles over and over and over and over and over again until they learned it. And then finally, the last time, they just fucking learned it. They learned it. They got the justice. They got the peace that they needed out of the relationship. They learned the lesson, and they weren't working together anymore. They weren't working together anymore, and all of the pain that they were dealing with, they finally settled it, and it was done. You know, the King of Wands, they weren't being, you know, there was no need for them to be together anymore. No more conversation. There was no more charisma in the relationship. They weren't meshing. The Chariot in the reverse, there was no more movement happening in the connection. I just kind of was done. It was done. And I don't think, again, I don't feel like this ended on a bad note at all, which is weird. Because I said, I thought, I mean, in the beginning, I thought they did, but I'm not sensing that. Some of them might have, but I think they just finally closed out a chapter. With the Fear in the reverse, I think they might have been fearful of holding on to each other for a long time, so they were clinging on to each other for a long time. Because like I said, I think there was a lesson in their connection that they were needing to learn that they weren't learning, so Spirit had to keep bringing them back together, But by the end of this connection, when they finally part, there's no fear, there's no need. They didn't feel like they were needing each other anymore. You know, we have stifled, bored, and stuck. The connection got boring. It got very, very boring. Yeah, there was, I mean, look, we have meditation. Someone started to meditate. Someone started to tap into spirituality and open themselves up to realize that this connection wasn't really what they needed. They were finally going within and really truly grounding themselves and pulling away from the connection. Like I said, that's so funny. I just think they got bored. For a lot of them, I just feel like they got bored. The connection just wasn't there anymore. The romance, all of it, it was gone. You know, the strategy, it was so much. Okay, that's a message for someone. Somebody. For some of you, your future spouse was with this person in the past because it was arranged. It was arranged, and them being together was more helpful than them being apart. They just kind of had to do it. They had to do it, and so they did. And then at one point they were like, we don't need this anymore. It's not benefiting us anymore, so let's call it quits. And, you know, mutually they were like, okay. You know, this says past life relationship in the reverse. This isn't a past life connection. No. That was bad. That was wrong. I think this was a past life connection, but it wasn't of a positive one. That's not it. What am I trying to say? I think it was a past life connection, but it wasn't one that they were supposed to be together in the end, if that makes sense. They just need to learn a lesson from each other. Again, I think they had a soul contract. They had a soul contract with that unbound. That unbound is staring at me right now. I think they had a soul contract, and they were supposed to meet to learn a lesson, and throughout this lifetime they had to keep getting back together, and then finally, they broke it. New love too. You may have come into the picture, or the last person they were with, their future spouse may have come into the picture, or some, new love came in. They found love elsewhere, and they just drew apart. I don't think, again, for a lot of them, for some of them, it may have been a negative breakup, a negative connection, a negative ending, but I don't feel like that it was like that for a lot of them. They finally learned the lesson that they needed to learn, and so they were like, adios amigos, like, we don't need to be around each other no more. It's time for me to go. And they were like, okay. And that was that. And that was the end of the connection. That was it. I don't feel like this was on a bad note. Is there anything else? I don't think there's anything else at all. Yeah, I hope this resonated. I had a lot of fun with that. That was interesting, and it wasn't as bad I was making it seem before. But anyway, I hope this resonated. If you did, of course, let me know, and I will see you guys later, Pile 3s.